is Leah from Alaska Forest School, and I just wanted to share some of my favorite books for anyone thinking about starting a forest school, a nature preschool. Maybe you work in a public school and just want to have your kids come out one day a week. But this is just a list of resources that I have collected over my years of running a forest school. I'm going to go over books that cover everything from practical, like how to set up the school, give you some maybe inspiration to keep planning and plugging away at it, and even designing your outdoor space. Looking back, I know it can feel overwhelming when you have this amazing idea to start a forest school, but then you start thinking about where are you going to do it? How are you going to get kids to come? You have to get a business license, all these different things. It's just a lot when you start to think about it. So I'm going to break down these books I'm going to go in order that I think you should go in if you're just thinking about starting a forest school. Sorry, I'm on my walk, so I'm a little out of breath, but I'm going to talk about them. I will give an overview of each book, who it is best for, because some of them are best for people just starting out. And then there's one or two that might be good if you're further along in the planning process. Why the book actually might be useful for you, and maybe if there's people that should just avoid this book at all. So let's get into them. The first book is Establishing a Nature-Based Preschool by Larimore. This book just gives you the core structure and realistic steps you need to take before anything else if you want to open a forest school. It's a straightforward guide. It will help you build a nature-based preschool from the ground up. It walks you through the feasibility, concept, philosophy, logistics, everything to create your program. This book is best for people starting out a nature-based preschool or program from scratch. It will give you the core structure and realistic steps that you need to take before anything else. It's useful because it will talk you through some of the real operational decisions that nobody really talks about. You should skip this book if you want inspiration, theory, or creativity. This book is a practical guide. The next book is the Nature-Based Preschool Professional Practice Guidebook by Natural Start Alliance and the NAAEE. This is a standards-based manual that will actually lay out what a high-quality nature-based program will look like and do. You can get a lot of this book online at the NAAEE website, but I bought the book because I like to put tabs, highlight, and mark things up. This book is best for directors and teachers who want clear standards, policies, and the evidence-based practices related to forest schools. It's useful because this is the closest thing forest programs in the U.S. have to the best practices. So it's good if you need to justify some of your curriculum decisions or activities to parents, staff, or a board of directors. Skip this if you want a cozy read. This is a reference book. It's not something to curl up with. Now let's talk about The Lens on Outdoor Learning by Banning and Sullivan. This is a visually stunning book that will actually show you what real outdoor learning environments look like and how children actually use them. Most of the ages discussed in this book are about 3 to 5. This is best for educators who want visual examples of outdoor forest school program environments and child-led learning. It's useful because it'll show you examples of what works in actual programs that are currently up and running. Skip this book if you want administrative guidance or nuts and bolts. It's not about that. The next book is a Forest Days Handbook, program designed for school days outside by Minnucci and Teachout. These authors are practitioners, educators, and they also consult with people opening forest schools across the country. While this book says that it's aimed at kind of the typical public schools that want to add one day outside per week, I found it really helpful for my program. So I think it's good for anybody wanting to educate children outside. It's useful because it has schedules that show routines, transitions. They talk about logistics and have a lot of case studies in the book as well. I would skip this book if you already have a school up and running, you already have your routines and curriculum intact. This might be a little too basic for you. The last book on my list is Nature Preschools and Forest Kindergartens, the Handbook for Outdoor Learning by Sobel. And this name is one of the biggest hitters in the outdoor education for kids world. This book is a big picture overview of how nature-based early childhood programs work around the world. It's useful because it has some of the practical framework, curriculum ideas, community building, but then it also has parts that will actually talk you through the nuts and bolts, like program design, site assessment, facility management. They have parts about hiring, business planning, and even marketing. I also liked the parts that talked about some of the challenges that you face, such as like obstacles in getting your program running, staff design, some of the best practices for sustainability with your school, and even when you want to scale it up. You should skip this book if you're in a time crunch or you need really basically outlines how to steps. This is more of a conceptual book than a practical guide or manual.